Happy Friday. All right, so I have got a pizza in the oven, so we're gonna have to watch it and make sure it doesn't overcook. But I'm gonna pull out a fresh, delicious pizza to show you. I've been telling you that on Friday nights we're either gonna be doing pizza or we're gonna be showing homemade bread. And the reason we show pizza is because we get so many new followers and I want you to learn how to make it. And there's so many different questions that come in our DMs. So we want to be able to be personable and answer. So today we're going to show you our fresh tomato pizza. Bought my apron last night. Woo! You're going to love it. Party. Take pictures. We'll repost you in our cute apron. Take pictures of yourself. Okay, so I'm making a margarita pizza. So let's go over to the oven really fast and let's see how it's looking. And then we're gonna talk about margarita pizza and we're gonna talk about, oh, it's looking delicious. We're gonna give it one more little second. Then we're gonna be talking about margarita pizza and I was gonna show you the dough, but if nobody wants to see the dough, then you can ask whatever you want to see. It's so cold and rainy that I have a fire on. I wanted to put a sweatshirt on. I have my oven going. So definitely when you're making pizza and bread night, you got to make sure that your kitchen is warm. So we've got our Epicurean pizza peel and I'm going to take out our pizza. Okay? So you just slide it under. Oh, yes. Oh, don't worry, it's only 10 a.m. You know, when I do these lives, I love it. It's like we're getting the day started off right. We're getting the day started off right. Okay, how high do you turn your oven to? That is a perfect question. Here's our margarita pizza. The lighting is always so weird. Look how amazing this is. We have figured out that the best way to cook your pizza is actually as high as your oven will go. So if it goes to 550, put it at 550. Put it as high as your oven will go. We think that's the best way and it will cook the absolute best. It will be like a brick oven. So, but if that's only if you're doing a pizza stone. If you're gonna use like a pizza pan, then don't put it up to 550. But if you're doing a pizza stone, you're gonna put it as high as your oven is gonna go. It's gonna make it the most authentic on your pizza stone. Oh, oh my. This is heaven. This is heaven right here. I'm gonna let it cool, but this is heaven. Okay, so I wanted to tell you a fun story about margarita pizza that you maybe have never heard before. Margarita pizza is the most popular pizza in the US, around the world too. It is the most popular pizza. So if you've never heard of how margarita came about, it was actually back in the 1800s and the chef wanted to make Queen Margarita a pizza. So he came up with this pizza. And this one is a little bit of a twist, and I'll tell you that in a second. But he wanted to come up with a pizza for Queen Margarita. So he made up a pizza with fresh mozzarella, fresh basil, and fresh tomato. And it was the colors of the Italian flag. And so that's how it came about, which is such a fun story. So they call it the Margarita Pizza because it's after Queen Margarita. So isn't that a really cool story? I think it's super cool. So there's definitely different versions. You'll get a margarita that's got sauce on it. You'll get a margarita that's mixed with like what we're doing today a little bit, and I'll tell you what's in this one. But the original margarita pizza was fresh basil, fresh tomato, and fresh tomato. And there was no sauce. So kind of a fun story. And let me tag this again. Making homemade pizza. I'm going to write this. Let's put this. Post. And then I'm going to pin it. I now finally learned how to pin. Are you guys proud of me? Okay, I think I missed a couple of questions. Okay. How early in the day can you make the dough for the dinner? You can make it as early as you need to. I would definitely just keep it out on the counter. You can make it as early as you want. This recipe, I made the Tuscany dough in book number 2. We have two, we have a thick crust pizza as well, but we have 2 pizza doughs that we go back and forth on. One is literally, it takes 5 minutes to make. The second one, this is the Tuscany one, which is my favorite now. You've got to let this rise for at least an hour. So if you want to do it longer, it's going to be fine. You're just going to have to punch your dough down, but that's totally fine. I would not put it in the fridge. I think I would just leave it out on the counter for as much as you need to do it. Okay. Look at this thin crust. It's crispy. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm going to be eating lunch at 10 o'clock again. Okay. I missed another one. How hot if you don't have a stone? If you do not have a stone, I believe it's 425. Let me double check because I have not cooked without a stone in years. I believe it's 425 or 450. Let me try to find. I think in the first book it says more. I think it's 425 or 450. Let me double check for you. Gosh, so helpful. Oh, good. Okay, I'm trying to find it for you. Did I miss? I believe it's 425. 450. I knew it was 425 or 450. So if you do not have a pizza stone, 450, okay? If you don't have a pizza stone, 450. I couldn't remember if it was 425 or 450. Did we miss another question? I don't think we did. Oh, and there's the food nanny. Okay, there's my mom. 425, 450. All right, so we have a Margarita in the first cookbook, but this is in the second cookbook on page 134, and this one's called the Fresh Tomato Pizza. And my mom just kind of changed it up a little bit from the original. She told, in this one, you're supposed to use buffalo mozzarella and fresh mozzarella, and instead of fresh basil, it's fresh oregano or dried oregano. And it's just then with the fresh tomatoes. It's the fastest pizza you'll ever make. And you know what's so great about it? Most of the things you will have in your house. That's what my mom tried to make it as. So that's why she put the option if you want dried oregano, because maybe you don't have fresh on hand, but most of the time you're going to have dried oregano. So I didn't have fresh oregano, so I used dried. And I don't know why, but for some reason, it's hard for me to find fresh buffalo here. So when I get back to Utah and I'm with my mom, we're going to show you buffalo. Buffalo mozzarella is super delicious. If you've never tried it, you really do need to give it a try. Costco, she's saying most of the time has it, but I don't know why it's like near impossible for me to find it. So the 2 keys to making this pizza is you want everything sliced really, really thin. If you have a mandolin, great. If you don't, that's fine as well. You just need to slice your tomatoes super thin. And I'm going to show you, because fresh mozzarella didn't used to come sliced like this. We like to buy this mozzarella at Costco. It comes in a 2-pack. And it's just the best price you'll ever get. And if you don't use one of them, like if you use one but you didn't use the other, put it in your freezer. This has actually been in my freezer because it was on such a great sale. So this now comes pre-sliced. So that's going to be really hard to cut it even more thin. So I want to show you the trick that we've been doing with fresh. When you get the fresh cheese, the fresh ingredients, it's going to change everything. I know I tell you that all the time, but I'm dead serious. Don't buy the shredded, the already pre-shredded and things like that. The fresh is so much more delicious and it's more flavorful, and you're gonna have more of the Italian way. Okay, what did I miss? For the basic dough, what should the temp and length of the time be for just using the pizza pan? 450 degrees, and the length of time, every oven is so different. That's why it's hard for us to give an exact, but it will probably take about 6 to 8 minutes. If it's in a pan, well, it's going to be longer. It's going to be probably 8 to 10 to 12. Watch it. You'll know your pizza's done when it's brown on the bottom. Make sure to put your pan on the very bottom rack. Just like for your pizza stone, it needs to go on the very bottom rack. And that's the key for bread too. You cook it on the very bottom rack. So just watch it. It's super hard to say exact time because really every oven is so different. We went and did a pizza party for those amazing Bronco players, here from Denver, and they're wanting another party, which is so fun. We'll have to tell you about that. But we went to their home. We had no clue about their oven because you know how you just get so used to your own oven. And we went and did this amazing pizza party, and we could not get the pizzas to cook fast enough. And it was at 550. So every oven is just so different. Every oven is so different. Did we miss any other questions? How do you unthaw cheese from the freezer? You just leave it out on the counter. And if you need to unthaw it faster, you can just put it in the microwave, but just make sure to watch it. But if you just wake up in the morning and you know you're having pizza night, just pull it out on the counter and it will unthaw. But you can put it in the microwave too. Just be careful. Don't put it in there for too long. When I used that cheese in the past, the pizza has gotten soggy. Any tips? It does have some juice in it. So just try to either take it out, put it on a paper towel. Put it on a paper towel to get a little bit of the moisture out of it. It never makes my pizza soggy. Look. I'll just take another bite, to show you. I'll just sit and eat the whole pizza to show you. It does have some liquid in it. So just try to take out the liquid, put it on a paper towel to let it soak a little bit. Maybe you're adding way too much. The key to real Italian pizza is it doesn't do a lot of toppings. Here in America, we actually do pizza way crazy and way different. They would never dream of doing the pizzas that we do. And sometimes I love them. I'm like, add all the cheese, sausage, pepperoni, but the key is that you're supposed to evenly disperse it, and it's not supposed to be a ton. So maybe you're adding a little much, but let the paper towels get it a little bit. I love the pizza stone. Oh, the pizza stone is the best, you guys. You need to invest in them. And I have an Amazon list that's almost done. You guys, we're so behind the times and we're trying our hardest. But I have an Amazon list of what needs to be posted, and it's going to show you the pizza pan that we love and different things like that. I have a tiny kitchen and I really want a pizza stone. Am I crazy or a genius? It doesn't matter what size of kitchen you have. I'm moving into another rental that's got a smaller kitchen, I'm being told. I haven't even seen it. That should not make you crazy at all. That's not crazy at all. What do you mean? That would be great. No, get a pizza stone. It's genius. It's genius. Make sure you slice it thin or evenly tear the pieces of cheese and flatten a bit with your fingers so you don't put too much mozzarella. Oh, there you go. She's giving you a tip. Will you make a pizza and show us the probe? Yes. So I'm going to make it right now. Do you want me to show the dough, or do you just want me to show you the dough that I've already made? So I've already made the dough. I make these into 3 thin crust pizzas. So I'm going to move this for just a second. I make this into 3 thin crust pizzas. So let's try to get this higher so that you can see this. Don't fall on me. Oh, my light. Getting fresher cheese can actually be cheaper than getting the pre-packaged shredded cheese, especially when the fresh cheese you have to shred yourself is on sale. Very, very, very true. Oh, you want me to make the dough? Okay, we'll hurry and make the dough, and then I'll roll one out super fast and show you how to evenly disperse it. I can't really show my face if you want me to show this mostly, so we'll just be doing this for a minute. So I'm gonna go and get my water for my yeast, okay? So I'm over here wanting to get a warm water temperature. Okay. So I've got 1/4 cup of water, okay? Now we're gonna take our yeast, and it calls for, I think it's 2 1/4 teaspoons, yeah. So it's 2 1/4 teaspoons. Pizza is so easy to make. And I wanted to tell you something. I don't know if I've ever said this, but when I moved here, all of my friends have now told me they never even dreamt of making pizza. They said they had never even heard of it. All of my friends, they said, I never even thought of making homemade pizza until we met you. And you know what's funny about that is that's how my mom felt forever ago. Okay, so we're just gonna gently fold. I added 1 teaspoon then of sugar. So we're just gently folding this into the water, and then we like to put just a lid on top to trap the heat for a minute, and I'll show you how fast that goes. But that's what's so fun is most people don't even dream about creating homemade pizza in their own home, and it's so cheap and it's so good and it's so fun for your family. It's a memory. That's what I love about our theme nights is you get this amazing variety of food, and it makes your family bond because you're so excited about dinner time. So when it's like, oh my gosh, we're getting ready, it's gonna be Friday, it's gonna be pizza night. My kids live for it. My kids left for school and they know they're coming home to pizza. So it's something to look forward to, and it's really fun to do. Did I miss something? I don't think I did. Okay, so now we're going to go light on the flour because flour, you know, all the rules that I always am saying, okay? I'm gonna get a different cup because that's gonna be for my, I didn't know if you guys would really want me to show this. So I'm going to go light. This is the white kamut, which this is what the Italians use. It has upgraded the flavor beyond. So I'm gonna go a little under my cup. See how it's not a heaping amount of flour? And that's the other key to it. Everybody measures flour so differently, and so you just need to be careful. It's calling for 3 to 4 cups. I'm gonna go almost 3, okay? I'm gonna go almost 3 because you can always add, but you can never take away. By the way, I love our glass jars. We get questions about this like crazy after. You can get these at Walmart or Target, which is so unbelievable. We all have them out on our counters. They keep our flour, our sugar. We'll put chocolate chips in them. We love these things. So they're really amazing. I wanted to share that with you. Okay, it's brought our family come together, hang out, and we talk. We go outside and talk about how we made it and not bought and how great it tastes. That's amazing. Yes, it's a 2-gallon. And we just love them. I've had them for years, and they're really cute out on your counter, and that's how we like to store our flour and sugar. And some have asked, does it really keep fresh? Well, we're going through our flour and all of that so fast. So if you're a person that's not gonna go through it, as fast as us, then maybe don't keep it that way, but it's a great way. All right, so I'm now going to get my can of beer. We do not drink alcohol, but doesn't matter to anybody that does. It doesn't matter. We just we've chosen not to drink alcohol. If you don't feel comfortable, like I've said many times, you don't have to use it. But I will tell you this, it makes a difference. But you can use water, use Old Duels, use whatever you want, honestly, but try the beer. Try the beer. Okay, we're gonna put a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, of our French salt that I've now told you is on our website. It's amazing. half a teaspoon of our French salt. Now we're going to add the beer. Okay? This has to be at least room temperature, or it's got to be, you can warm it up a little bit in the microwave. I've done that many times. This cannot be cold. This cannot be cold. That's key. It's got to at least be room temperature or make it a little warm. And I don't know why, but mine does kind of feel warm. So I feel like I'm gonna heat it up. Let me find I'll just put it in a bowl. I can't find my glass thing. And then make sure to really like stir it around and get the foam out, because you want a true cup going in. I don't know why my beer just kind of feels cold. So I'm gonna heat it up a little bit. You want it warm. I think it's really important. I'm sorry, I'm seeing something. I'm seeing stuff. Okay, now so we've added 1 1/4 cup. So I'm gonna put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. That's it, okay? I'm gonna put it in there for about 20 seconds. You don't want it hot, just get it warm. Okay, we've missed a ton of stuff. So true. Friday night homemade pizza night. Everyone in the family loves it and brings their friends over too. Perfect. That's exactly what we did growing up. It's so great. Yes, and get your pizza garden started. Yes, that is so great, Mom. Such a great reminder, Mom. Okay, in book number 1, it actually shows you how to grow your own pizza garden. These books, you guys, look at how fabulous that is. Make your own pizza garden. These books, my mom put a lot of hard work into these books. And she's always like, think about it. And I'm like, no, you want to be smart? You're going to buy these cookbooks because it's the best thing you'll ever do in your life. It will change your life. There's so much detail and so much description in this book. It tells you how to do everything. And there's just so many fabulous, fabulous ideas. Okay, so that just made it kind of warm, okay? What else? My hubby loves our glass jar of flour. He helps me make cookies this week, and he raved about it. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, so now we're gonna add all of our beer. The glass jars are amazing. It's easy access. So we've added our salt, our beer, and now let's look at our yeast. Oh, it's fabulous. Once you get in a rhythm, you guys, of making homemade bread and learning your yeast, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of olive oil into your yeast mixture, okay? You'll figure out the perfect temperature and your yeast is always going to turn out. So that's super exciting. I need to get more all-purpose flour, but I want to switch over to white kamut. Is yours going to be ground flour or whole grain? I'm excited to try. It will be ground, and it's going to be the white kamut, and you guys don't understand how long things take. We're the most impatient people there is in the world, and it's not ready yet. Where do you live? It's just so close. Do you live in Utah? At all? You need to make the switch. That's all I'm going to say. You need to make the switch. It's healthy for you. It's literally upgrading every flavor, not even just for the nutrition. If you're like, I don't care about the nutrients or anything like that. It's the flavor. It's the flavor of everything. When you add this and our salt, we're making you the best chefs in the world out there. Your friends are going to be like, what in the world? You're the best cook I've ever seen or ever had or tasted. And it's like, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make you guys, we're trying to let you impress your friends and family. That's all we're going to say. Let me know if you live in the state of Utah. Okay, so it's totally coming away from the bowl. It's totally coming away. That is your key. It's coming away. I'm not going to add more flour because I'm going to need it out on the counter. It's as simple as that. It's like, how do you get easier? And we just made the dough for peanuts. The only thing that will make pizza cost you more is sometimes when you do fancy toppings. So you're just going to put some flour out on your counter, and then we're just going to knead it for a minute. But to make pizza dough is very inexpensive. If any of you are really making pizza on pre-cooked, I'm trying to think of like the words, like those flatbreads, and if you're making pizza on any of that stuff, stop now. Stop now today. Today, stop. Because yuck, that is not the true life. And we're all about the true life. And that is not the true life. This is so easy, so fast, and so delicious for you. It's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not even worth it. Okay, we're missing stuff. I'm kind of saying way too much. What does the beer do for the dough? I think it makes it crispy, number one, and it just, I don't know, I think it just gives it a little bit of extra flavor. And I know that some of you don't believe that the alcohol comes out and things like that, but you can DM us and we can give you a talk about it. Well, there's many different articles that are out there, and so to each their own. There is alcohol in vanilla, if you've never noticed that. There is tons of alcohol in cough syrup. So if you want to get like crazy nitty gritty, then we can't use vanilla because that's got alcohol in it. So we just know from the chef that the chef's my mom, and the research that we have done, we believe that it cooks out. And I just think it gives a little bit of a crispiness, and I just think it's a little bit of like an extra flavor. It's delicious. It's delicious. I'm making scarlet. Oh, okay. You're the one that wanted the scarlets. My mom did not want me to show that today because she really wants to do that together. So that's why I'm not doing that one. So Mom, maybe DM us and you could give her some tips. Okay, you're gonna get back your bowl. My mom wants to do those together. She wouldn't let me show it. Oh, whoa. Put a little bit of olive oil down. That's too much. And then just dip the top and flip it over. See how amazing? You just knead it for a while. It's soft, it's not too hard. And then you're gonna cover this and let it rise for at least an hour. That's as simple as that. And I make 3 pizza with it. Sometimes my mom will make more. I think that's too thin, but she loves how thin it is. So I will show you, and I'm gonna take dough. I have already punched this down because I had to make this pizza. So after it's been sitting for an hour, you're gonna punch it down and you're gonna make it into 3 different balls, okay? And so now I'm gonna show you how to make a pizza. Now I'm gonna show you how we did that pizza. So you're just gonna kind of knead it out again for a minute, okay? And I think the easiest way to then roll out your pizza is you kind of flatten it with the palm of your hand. Make it into a round shape like this, and then if you just kind of flatten with the palm of your hand, I think it's then easier to roll it out. And this is our favorite rolling pin. It's a French rolling pin. I love this. You can get these lots of different places. I'll try to have a link, but they're so inexpensive and they're amazing. Okay, I think I've missed a ton. Does the recipe in the book call for beer? Yes, but it tells you can do water and all the other things that I said. Utah, but moving in a year. Okay, well, we will have it way before that. So DM me, and maybe just DM me. DM me, okay? DM me. We'll talk. What ingredients beside the salt is the flour? So you're just going to create your yeast, and you're going to add salt and flour, and, well, you added 1 teaspoon of sugar to your yeast, and then you add 1 tablespoon to your yeast, and then that's it. That's it. So it's beer, flour, salt, and then you do the yeast mixture. So that's it. Did you post the icing? Okay, it's posting right after this. I wrote it up. I could not get it to post, and I swear the computer doesn't like me or my mom. We're like in a different, but it's posting right after this. I'm gonna do a swipe up to take you to the recipe, okay? I know I said that. Where can you buy the Kamut flour? I can't find it in stores. So you can buy it before we sell it at Montana Flour and Grain. It's montanaflourandgrain.com. and we buy the white kamut, okay? If you want to DM me, I can get it to you. We need to see you toss it in the air. Oh yeah, I'll toss it in the air. I'll toss this baby in the air. I'll toss it. My mom she's pro at it. Okay, so you just kind of like push it with the palm of your hand. Now you're just gonna try to roll it as round. I've got so many things. You're just gonna roll it thin and try to keep it as round as you possibly can. Make sure you're keeping flour down on the counter because you don't want it to stick, okay? I don't know if it has enough flour. Okay, whoa, whoa. My mom does it so much better. Oh no, I'm ruining it. Okay, so you can do that. Toss it in the air, stretch it out some, so it's looking good. Okay, so now we're gonna take, she does it way better than me. I'll practice. Okay, put a little bit of flour down. If you want to put the cornmeal, I know some of you, it's blowing your mind that I'm telling you not to do the cornmeal anymore. You can do the cornmeal. I just feel like it's an absolute mess and I don't feel like there's a difference anymore. And that's the same for my mom. She just doesn't think it does anything anymore. So we just put a little bit of olive oil down. You just gotta be careful, okay? And we've made a little hole, but that's okay. We'll just fix it. Okay. So now we're putting a little bit of flour down. Work quickly. Me doing that stuck. Because you don't want this to stick. So work quickly, okay? Now we're gonna add our, where is this? Our sliced thin tomatoes. Oh my heavens. We're dropping everything over here. Okay, we're gonna add our thin slice of tomatoes. That one got a little. So you're gonna try to do it as thin as you can. So the way the Italians do it, and I still put more than according to my mom, that the way that they do it, okay? I'm bad like that, okay? So I'm gonna probably put this many tomatoes. Then, like I said, okay, so these already come pre-sliced, right? So our trick, because these are thick, these are pretty thick slices, it's gonna take forever to melt. So I just take, how do I show this? I just take my pizza cutter, and you could do a knife, whatever. I just take it and I cut into pieces. I just cut them because you'll see that actually there's Italians that do it that way as well. So we're just gonna cut it. So now we're gonna take more of our cheese and we're just gonna cut, like I cut it in half and then I turn it and then I cut it again. Okay? Okay. But you're supposed to, I think you're supposed to now brush the olive oil actually right now before I put the cheese. Yeah. Okay, so now you're gonna brush, oh, the lighting. Sorry, the lighting is horrible. Okay, so now you're gonna brush this on all over the pizza. Whoa. After you've added the tomatoes, if you wanna do it better, you could, I mean, this one's it's kind of hard to brush it. Just try to get it on there evenly. Okay, so now we're gonna add our cheese. By the way, this really is my favorite olive oil right now. I haven't been buying the other ones that my mom says, but it's glass in a bottle that's key. If you have a Trader Joe's by you, it's this California olive oil, and it's amazing. Okay, so now we're just gonna put some cheese. And like I said, I probably put way too much compared to my mom. But it's fresh, it's so fresh, it's so delicious. This is thin crust. You could almost seriously eat this your entire self. That's how they do it in Italy. They give you a personal pizza for yourself because it's so thin and amazing. So I'm probably adding way too much for my mom. I feel like I can always hear her in the back of my head. Like, you're adding way too much. I don't have any fresh buffalo because I can't find it here. So you would do the buffalo and the mozzarella, okay? Now, if you have the fresh oregano or if you have dried, you're just going to sprinkle with some oregano. Okay? Then you're going to do more olive oil. It's kind of coming out so fast. Then you're going to add our French salt again. This is all we use, okay? It's the salt we use for everything. Our French salt and ground black pepper. And that is it. So this would be more delicious if I had the buffalo cheese, but I can't find it. Oh, I'm trying to bring you to the camera. To the oven. So I'm gonna show you how to put this in the oven, okay? So my pizza rack is on the bottom. I'm putting, my pizza stone. I'm putting nothing on it. It's at 550 degrees. This has to be getting hot for at least a half an hour. So just start sliding and working the pizza off of your stone. Okay, and then we'll show you the end product. What other questions do we have? My hands. Okay. What is the pizza peel called, that brand? It's called Epicurean, and I really like it. We had never bought them before because they're way more expensive, but they're supposed to never break. Whoa, the lighting. Everywhere I go, it's bad. They're supposed to never break. They're pre-treated. So they're worth it. They're nice. They're nice. But it's called Epicurean. 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 So it's nice. Okay. What did I miss? I couldn't find the buffalo either. Is there going to make a huge difference in the taste? No. It's still going to be really yummy, but the buffalo just adds a ton of flavor. So it's fine if you didn't find it. I couldn't find it either. So it's okay. It's okay. Are there any other questions about pizza? Anything you would like to ask? Anything? I hope you remember my trick that if you are trying to have a pizza party, that you can roll out your pizza and you can cook it 30 seconds on each side, and that will make your pizza go a lot faster. So then when it becomes, like if you were having the party tonight, you pre-do the dough 30 seconds on each side, and then you would make up the pizza and it will go a lot faster. I miss this, bummer. Always missing the lives. What days are we doing lives? That's so nice. Well, you can go back and watch it. I'm supposed to tell you on Sundays the days that we're doing it, because we kind of have to switch them up sometimes, but we do them 3 days a week. Most of the time they're like on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but I'm supposed to be telling you on Sunday. I'm a slacker. I've got to do better. We've got to do better. Any other questions? Or are we ready to go? Because I've been going for over a half an hour. It's really good, guys. See how delicious? Do you love how I've eaten like 10 bites in front of you? Okay, I think we'll be done. I'm going to post the cookie recipe right after this. I'm doing a swipe up. I promise. So make those. I don't know. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Thank you guys for following and all your kind comments and words. We love all of you. Can you freeze cheese? Yes. No, it will not change it when it's thawed. No. Cream cheese is the only one that has like a little bit of a different texture after you freeze it, but no, you can freeze all cheeses. You can freeze so much. We freeze a lot of stuff. Okay, thank you. Hope it was helpful. We love you. Have a wonderful weekend. Be making pizza, and I'll show a picture of this one. Look how delicious that is looking. Let me just zoom up on that. Oh, the lighting's not doing it. All right, love you guys. Keep cooking. Your family's worth it. Try to go get an apron, salt, the books, buy it all. You'll never regret it. Love you guys. Keep cooking. Love you.